Hello and welcome to Community Report. I am Dari Ido. On the program today, we trace the stories of some children who had a good shot at leading a better life when they were introduced to dancing, singing and acting. The children had left a community which is actually an informal settlement in Lagos where violence, crime and other vices are prevalent. But all doesn't seem to be going as planned. There's a setback in the effort to keep these children away from the impoverished community. But they're keeping hope alive, and that is the focus of the program today. From Uganda, Kenya, Jamaica, Nigeria, there have been viral videos of children living in slums showing great deal of talent. Fun to watch, but their backstories are not as favorable as their beautiful dance steps and their happy faces. Slum dwellers' aspirations are threatened by the harsh realities their environment presents.
The reason why we are here is to honor Yvette Hardy. Did you know that Yvette Hardy is a community builder and a servant leader? Really? Yes!
In the case of gifted steppers, poetry, dance, acting, and other forms of art are the vehicles used to drive the change and rewrite their stories.
Wow! That is to say, Yvette Hardy is a theater maker. Chap, 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 Yvette Hardy, one. Hey! Musa, 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 Yvette Hardy! Musa! Yvette Hardy!
Many of the children who were picked up roaming the streets are leading a different life than they knew it.
I'm a dancer. I'm using the art to reach out to less privileged children.
Oma Harrison, a professional dance artist, is the brain behind the idea, providing the children with shelter, food, clothing, and most importantly, education. I'd like to start with what motivated you into what you're doing. Of course, there are a whole lot of dancers, but it's not like they are reaching out to kids. Why are you doing this?
The reason why I started this foundation, it's my story, how the art has helped my life and how the art is still helping my life. I remember when I was small, at the age of 10, my father died. My father is this man that believes if he's okay, he's well to do, his wife must not work. His wife should be a full-time housewife. So when he died, it affected my mom. My mom could not do anything. She had no particular business or work she was doing at that particular time. We couldn't pay house rent. Our caretaker came, he threw our load outside. I will never forget that day. Very early in the morning, he came, he threw our load outside. We have no place to go. My mother had 8 of us. We started sleeping at different points where we find ourselves. Then all of my auntie came. She took I and my 2 younger ones, with her to be staying with her. Then my older siblings were sleeping at different places on the streets. My mother was sleeping in the church. Life was difficult for us until I started dancing in a church, St. Anne's Catholic Church. I was dancing there. From there, somebody came and he said, you can dance. Why not join a more professional dance group? We're like, we don't know any professional dance group. There's a place, I will take people there. So he took us to a dance group called Theatre Film Production at Lawansin. That was how we went there. We started dancing, About 2-3 years, we heard of the National Troupe Audition, National Theatre. I went for the audition. We were more than 300 artists that came for the audition, but they selected 40-something. I was among the 40-something that was selected then. That's how God says in the arts to help me. I started working at the National Troop of Nigeria, earning salaries, and my life changed. I started helping my family, my siblings, you know. Then it was hell. And then when our Lord was thrown out to the streets, you know, after we were sleeping at different points, then church had to raise money, family had to raise money for us. We had to rent on the apartment. Then, you know, when it's not about renting an apartment, it's about the continuity, you know. Then after 2 years, we could not pay for the rent again. Our Lord was thrown out the second time. Not until I joined this dance group in the church and, you know, like that down to the national troop. God started helping me. You know, God started using the arts, dance, drama, music to give me a name, to give me a life. I went to the university. I'm a graduate of Lagos State University. I said to myself, since God can use this art, dance, drama, music to give me a life, I have to reach out to other kids that was once like me, other kids that were sleeping outside, other kids that have no place to stay, other kids that are not in school. Because this dance sent me to school. No, God uses art to send me to school. Let me reach out to other kids. I have to give back to the society. That's why I started going to the streets, you know. I saw some kids sleeping outside, you know. Like, I would like to assist you. I would like to take care of the streets. Show me they took me to their mother. You know, I met their mother. They were like, their parents were like, ma, thank you, ma, God bless you. In fact, you know, for the past some of them few years, some few months, we've been outside here. We've been thinking how will our life be? You know, just like, it's okay, ma. That's why I say reaching out to them, you know, taking their kids off the streets. You know, then I reach out to some organizations of other. We need to rent an apartment, a house. That's how we rent an apartment in Ikorodu.
Oma's community work is now suffering a setback. She's forced to take the children back to their parents.
Before, in our house in Ikorodu, they were all going to school. All of them in private school. The ones in primary school attend the particular school, New Star. Those in secondary school attend particular school, First Fruit College. Then suddenly the house we are renting is a rented apartment. Got sold. The landlady sold the house. You know, it's a property, so she sold it. She did not inform us. She just came one Saturday morning with the person that bought the house that, I'm sorry, this is a new owner. And the owner was like, I want to move into this apartment, so please. Then we were issued 6 months quit notice. We had no place to go. I've been searching for another apartment, you know. It's difficult to find a house that is alone in a compound, and we need to rent a more bigger space we have not seen. Few weeks before the quit notice will expire, which is April 30th, this month, April 30th, the ministry, they came, you know, to visit us. They were like, you know, our home is not registered. We have to get a more bigger, conducive place for the kids, and there's some requirements that was given to us, and we can't meet the requirements. I'm not a billionaire. I don't want to just say something that will annoy God, but I'm human. The requirement is not something I can meet up in 1 year, if not God. We have to get a more bigger house, that we have to be alone in the compound, you know, with much rooms. We have to employ staffs, like 7 staffs. The staffs are like three caregivers, 1 social worker, 1 security guard, 1 cook, 1 admin. You know, everything is all together, making like 7 staffs. At least 4 fire extinguishers, CCTV cameras, and so on. The requirements are so cumbersome. It's not something we can meet up. We have no, you know, we had to send the children back to where they came from. Where were you going to? I was not going anywhere.
Some of the children are back to the streets, and the National Arts Theatre, a familiar part of their neighborhood, is where they come to wallow with time.
See how you look. Look at what happened to your slippers? So you are back to putting on dirty clothes and worn-out slippers. Look at your clothes. Have you taken your bath today?
No.
Why?
But there's no water. If you want to flush water, you pay all your money to flush water.
We caught up with Silas and Daniel, They are leading us back to see their parents at a place called White Sand. We walked for about 10 minutes away from the National Theatre through the ever-busy bridge at Ijora, Badia. As we walked through the marshy ground, greeted with the thick smoke and the filth coming from the makeshift structures built with plants and tarpaulin, the neighborhood reveals itself even more. It's a small reunion. Many of the children are seeing their guardian for the first time since the situation that separated them. White Sand community, located in Ijora, Badia, an area of Lagos, is an informal settlement overcrowded with poor water sanitation. Limited access to basic health care and education are common features of this neighborhood.
This is White Sand, according to them, but the main pronunciation is White Sand. This is where I got 60% of the kids with me. The way I came here, this place is like a dot bin where children are meant to park. They just put up this structure, this is a makeshift structure for them to stay until government came and destroyed it. They're sleeping outside. When I came, I met the kids and their parents sleeping outside. These kids, they still need to go to school. They need to continue their school. They need to, we need to assist them with their feeding, depending when God will help us, send helpers to us to meet the government requirements to rent a better place for the kids can come back, and all that. It breaks my heart at their back.
Patience John lives here with her 3 daughters who are now back to the neighborhood.
As at now, like this, I don't get anything doing now. Before, with the father of my children, they with me. So after I don't get these children, as even Fatima, as she reached 5 years, 6 years, the father of my children, after I don't give her 3 children, because now Medu Green man are born for. As I give her 3 children now, he just betrayed me, he abandoned me with these children. Nowhere to grab, I don't know where who fit help me. So I can't they continue small, you understand, as good neighbor. Then still they help. I think they strive for school for them, small, before that time. Before they gone broke as the first time. Now I started on a day that first time. Before this second one again. Now under this food, look at this fruit. Now they are there with, that time Fatima day with Big Mommy. Yes, under this food now they under everything. So this place now we just do, I'm like, never even reach a month, we just do this place because of the rain and the weather. Make them not come sick, die for our hand. So and like this now, before that, is it not last week? And Auntie Oma, I be my shelter before Father Almighty. Where I want to see money take send her for school. And I don't want to leave her for this area because this area, they're very arrogant, you understand, very rough. And she be girl. As a breaker, we were the tight net for outside. Now so one guy, the Alima and the small one, now so he entered the net, one rape this one. Alima, that one that I'm talking to. The one he won't rape and I got help us that very night. I don't tie net for outside like this, then split. That's why the guy sneak, one enter, one rape, and I got just catch him that day. So I thought like this, I don't get any help, you understand. As you can see the way I am. See where I want to take the source, give them. No even feeding, if not Father Almighty, if not the grace of Auntie on my ear. We carry this my picking come out for this environment. The buyer by now, they don't spoil her life for me. So I beg government, I beg, I have a children and I don't have a helping hand. I beg, I don't get a husband, I don't get anybody around me. The environment one and day, they secure, they safe like that, but we still get people then when they around us. We say, if anything won't happen for children, then they stand for us, say it cannot take place. But as in eating, schooling, feeding, nothing. You understand? I don't get anybody except God and Una want to take as the next God. So if the government get any help when they go help my children, when they become something, they self go help another children again. When they become something, when they know say somebody help them, they self go feel, say, now somebody help them, when their mother no get, when their father abandon them for their mother. I beg, make themselves show interest for me, make them see me as a day like this. I beg, make that feelings touch them anywhere they dey. If a woman go help my children, if a man or anyone, that is favor. May not look and say, I'm supposed to take care of them, but I don't get the strength to take them. Make that feelings enter their mind, make them help me. with the tears like this, I beg, with the sorrow and everything, make it touch them. Anywhere then, as a mother and a father, make them feel for the children. I can even call them to see. You understand? Make them help me, I beg.
I cannot continue staying in this place. To eat is wala. I was in one sign. In this place, I was in one sign. Everything was hard. So one day I go to my church. So I saw Auntie Oma. She called me. She said that where is my mom? And I took her to my mom. From there, she bring me to gifted steppers. So from there, she have been taking care of me, clothing me, feeding me, taking me to school. Before they said that before they not give us with notice that we should leave the house. So they bring us back to this wine sign back. That they said that we should come back. That we are not coming back to give steppers. That we should be praying until they give us a house. So look at us now. We are in wine sign. We are not doing anything. We are not reading. We don't know what we eat this morning. So before we eat, take time.
At least 10.5 million children are out of school in Nigeria, the highest rate in the world. A full 1/3 of Nigerian children are not in school, and 1 in 5 out of school children in the world is Nigerian.
My 2 children was with her, 1 boy and 1 girl. So she was the one that supported us. But as you can see this place, we don't have accommodation. Children don't have school. No opportunity for them to go to school. And especially accommodation. Even to eat, very problem. And me, as I am now, I've lost my husband. So I will need help for you people for this school and accommodation. Very, very important. I would like my children and other children to go to school.
The place I was living at Ikorodu was more better than this place, because when I was once living in this particular place called Wine Sign, no place to sleep. I always sleep in the bus with me and my brother. We wake up in the morning, we just walk around because we don't have anywhere to. We just be walking around. Once night have reached, when my dad is not yet back, we'll find somewhere else and sleep there. And until I saw my auntie Oma, she took me away from the place I was staying before. She took me to a better place. Before then, I was not going to school. I was not even, if you see me then, I was dressing like one madman I don't even know. But she took me away from this place. She took me to a better place. I was not going to school. I was not feeding well like before. I was not feeding well, wearing good clothes. When I was in this place, I did not even think about all those things at all.
We move to other parts of the neighborhood. The area is waterlogged. It becomes worse when it rains. Even without the rain, there are a lot of crossings to be done. And you must test the planks laid as the bridge with a foot before entrusting your entire body weight on them. Parents say their young girls are even more vulnerable, with teenage pregnancy and prostitution on the increase.
As you can see everywhere here, and likewise it is even better. But when the rain fall higher than this, Nobody trespass, no movement, no education, no nothing. Likewise, if you see this place, there are almost people that are here, staying here, they are into prostitution, criminals and the rest. So we here, because of accommodation, and we come from different places. Likewise, me, I am Australian. But coming to Lagos, everything seems being so hard. That's why, whereas we don't have money to accommodate, we now save ourselves to do this parking just as to sustain ourselves. And likewise with her there, Atioma, she is with my 3 children, Confidence, Daniel, and Marvelous. So she has been so good for us since when she took these children away from us, because she do concerning the academic and otherwise. So we feel so free, but this happened. We are so sad. My major fear here that these children coming back here, they may enter one thing or the other, cultists, prostitution and criminals. So especially for the bigger ones that have matured enough, frustration may cause them to go and do what they don't supposed to do.
Kwemikpo Ayeleso is a nursing mother. 2 of her children had been with Oma before they were returned here. Kwemikpo is worried about what it means for our children to remain in the neighborhood.
This neighborhood is bad. It is dangerous and not safe. We've known Oma for a while, and that is why we were confident to leave our children with her. For a person you have a long-time relationship with, you'll be confident that nothing will go wrong. That is why we left the children in her care. We also check on them from time to time. It is a notorious neighborhood, and even for adults, it's a big risk staying here. The last time a conflict broke out here, people ran for safety. Thankfully, my children were not with me then. How would I have protected all of them? The hoodlums even stole my money. When they start fighting here, it is always bloody. We want our children to succeed. We don't want them to lose focus. Even parents would like to leave this place. That's why we started with our children.
Most of the world's largest slums seem to be located across the developing world. And as urbanization increases, so does inequality. One of the many concerns accompanying this situation is the fate of children living in these impoverished communities. That's the show for today, everyone. If you miss any part of it, you can watch it on our YouTube channel. You can also follow the conversation on our social media platforms displayed on the screen. Thank you very much for watching. I am Dario. See you next time, and bye for now.